All righty, take two. Welcome to the Inside View Live with your host, Teddy Panos. I apologize. I'm a technical idiot, people. And I did something that didn't start the live stream when the live stream was supposed to start, but I see my ugly mug over here on my computer screen right there. You see the beautiful mug of Madame President Danielle McFadden. So yes, we are live. Good morning and welcome. Danielle, we had a great bit that nobody heard about
Yes, math and problem solving.
Your first appearance, our first podcast together since the new year. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great holiday season. Appreciate the holiday green dress. Have I summarized everything pretty well?
Yeah, so Teddy said I look like I'm in Christmas mode, and I said that this was the only thing that was not wrinkled on a chair, so I put it on this morning and said it's hard getting 3 kids out of the house, and then you said it's hard getting 2 kids out of the house, and you're wearing an itchy sweater because of it.
I'm not showing off the guns over here, folks. This sweater is so itchy, I figure if at least this portion of my arm is not itchy,
at least I'm
we're in a good place.
I have this nice velvet going on, and it feels really nice.
And see, now everybody watching this is going to want to rub your velvet dress when they run into you in downtown Lowell.
It's good luck.
Throughout the rest. Is it really? Not good luck with a person who gets arrested for randomly groping you.
Okay, anyways, I'll have a jacket on, and this is going
it goes. It didn't take us long this time. We went downhill pretty quickly on the first one. We might have topped that there. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot happening on Inside Lowell since Danielle and I last came to you in a podcast, and a lot of it, kind of leading the way out there in some local discussion. So we'll get into that. Plus, another edition of the Hot Mess Express. David Glosky, our landlord, I just want to let you know, you may want to be seated when you're watching this. And if you are on any heart medication, you might want to pop it right now just because you may keel over when you see this. But we want to thank our sponsors for helping make this podcast, all of our podcasts, and of course, Inside Lowell possible. Thank you to our friends at the Washington Savings Bank. So many great services they have going on, including they want to give you $300, and there's still time for you to do it. If you can get $1,000 directly deposited into your new account at Washington Savings Bank, they'll throw on an extra $300. That's a 30% return. WashingtonSavings.com to learn more. And who knows, when you open a new account, tell them Teddy Panos said he got a free mug, little Washington Savings coffee mug. Maybe they'll give you one as well. We're going to tell you more about them. We're actually recording a podcast tomorrow with V. Kong from Washington Savings Bank. Thank you to them. Thank you to our friends at Hafner's. It's cold out there this morning, gang. You know, home heating is at the top of your mind, and it should be, given this weather and the harsh New England winter that is no doubt going to hit us. Don't take any chances with your family or your home. Hafner's takes the worry off your mind. They've got comprehensive services, whether you use propane or heating oil. Hafner's offers quick, reliable, and friendly service. You know that for a fact.
Danielle McFadden. Do, and I'm actually already due to order some oil, which I will be doing this week. There you go.
Yeah, by the way, Hafner's. Forget this live read that you've given me here. Just have Danielle tell her story, and that's going to get you some sponsors there. But check them out. Check out Hafner's. Call 866-IT-KICKS, 866-IT-KICKS, or visit hafners.com to learn more. Thank you to our friends at Reverie 73. The cannabis industry, I'm certainly no expert on it. A lot of folks aren't. It's new to Massachusetts, so folks get confused about the products, the services, and quite frankly, have a hard time telling one dispensary apart from another. That's not the case with Reverie 73. The store itself, it always stands out. It's beautiful. It's bright. The knowledgeable staff is always willing to spend the time with you to answer any questions you have. So whether you're new to the world of cannabis or a canna connoisseur, the team at Reverie 73 is sure to elevate your cannabis experience. Visit them at 1148 Bridge Street in Lowell or order online at reverie73.com. I heard you do an ooh when I said
yes, I know.
Canna connoisseur.
That is a very fun name.
I'm just mad I didn't think of that first.
Their location on Bridge Street is beautiful. Like you feel like you're walking into a spa when you go.
That's what I have yet to visit. I got to go in there just to go in there. All right, field trip. live broadcast.
Yes.
Live broadcast at Reverie 73. By the way, I did find out that the 73, I always wondered why the name Reverie 73. I get Reverie, right?
Yep.
It's, reveries, you're having fun, you're having a good time, you're having a blast. What was the 73 about? I didn't get the significance. Apparently, there was some kind, like the first legalization effort for marijuana
was in 73.
or cannabis was in 1973.
Wow.
And so they adopted that name. So 50,
wow.
a 50-year anniversary.
I got really excited. 50 years.
Yeah, we'll talk a little math because you know how to count to 40 since our last podcast as well. But also want to say thank you to our newest sponsor, Boston North Company. We do have their logo that you'll see on one of our look at that, perfect timing right there. Boston North Company, retail, restaurants, small business solutions. They can save you a ton of money. I've been using them at the Athenian Corner, gratuitous plug bell. I've been using them there for over a decade.
I thought you were going to keep that in the drawer. I'm like, what?
Nope.
Where's my horn?
That's coming out. We need Danielle's horn here. There we go.
Thank you.
Danielle's now got her horn. We're ready to go. BostonNorthCompany.com, a number of small business services. Trust me, George Dimitrolakis and Company, they're locally run, they're locally owned. They will be a boon to your small business. And with that, we got a lot to talk about, Danielle. First, since we were just talking about the sponsors, did you notice our new sponsor signs right behind me here?
They look really good. I love that donkey. Those look really nice.
The Hafner's, it kicks on. We should have put that, maybe we should have had like a kicking microphone on our logo up there.
No, so I have an idea. I think we should get a cutout of you in either a thought bubble that's like a white erase board or like, what are they, like a conversation bubble where we can fill in what we want you to say.
Didn't we try that on on our chalk wall back there, and that didn't work out well? Because what people think I'm going to say is usually not very innocent.
It's true. We could have a lot of fun with that.
We most certainly could. But you'll notice that right off the bat, our friends at Hafner's and Reverie 73 get their logos up there as part of their sponsorship agreements here. Look, in the coming months, we're going to get a lot more sponsor logos up here as well. We're certainly hoping for that. It was a phenomenal 2022 for us, Danielle, and you actually did a post right around New Year's Day, kind of highlighting some of the things that have happened here in our audience, which is beyond my wildest expectations. I know you had high hopes, but I think the number of people who've been a part of our journey here already in still less than 3 months has been it's been unbelievable. And I can't imagine where we're going to be once we really get our feet underneath us.
Only been 3 months. Crazy. Yeah. So we did, I did a recap video, and here are kind of some fun facts. I have my notebook. I wanted to look smart. Teddy said I look old. Because if I was young, I'd be using my phone for this, and instead I'm using my hand.
Yeah, and by the way, when I told her she looks old, she at least uses a notebook. I use a cutout piece of paper for my notes, which actually has writing on the other side. So I'm a lot older than you. But by the way, you celebrated a birthday last Wednesday, 1 week ago today. Yes. You hit the big 40. You and the Rourke Bridge are 40.
Yes. Happy birthday, Rourke Bridge.
Happy birthday, Rourke Bridge.
I hope I last way longer than you do.
Well, that one's going to get replaced. We don't want to replace you just yet. So
just yet?
Well, wow.
All right.
My motto is always you go for the younger. But anyway.
This wasn't hard enough for me already to turn 40. Now I'm being replaced.
40, but you look like 30. I'm 57 and I look like 77.
So for the rest of the week, I'm just going to be blasting the song Irreplaceable by Beyonce in the office. If you hear anything, just, to...
We'll take it. We like Beyonce.
Well, it's to make you feel bad about what you just said.
Ooh, all right. I'm sorry. From my heart.
I do not accept.
I wouldn't if I were you either. Anyway, tell us a little bit about some of the things that happened at Inside Lowell.
I'm just so... okay, anyways. So in 2022, so since October 24th, when Inside Lowell launched, 19,000 unique users have come to the website.
Wow.
You just did this, but you should be like this.
19,000
that's incredible.
Unique
users.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Lowell.com.
I was hoping to get to 10 by the end of the year. Oops.
Dream big, Teddy.
Yeah.
Dream big, think big.
I dream big about other things. Pizza.
Okay. Well, I don't dream about that unless it's like vegan cheese or no cheese. 3,300 social media followers, and that's grown quite significantly since I created this video. So even in the past couple of weeks. 47,000 users reached on Facebook. 152 articles were posted on the site and 36 podcasts. And I mean, those numbers have grown since then. I mean, that was at the end of the year.
Yeah, and our podcast numbers, I'm recording one after this. We've got a couple of wine podcasts recorded that we're going to gradually release. We got a bunch of them in the next couple of weeks. We're going to start talking to some of the city councilors who have day jobs and can't get here at this particular time. And speaking of podcasts, by the end of the month, we will have our podcasts up on all the audio podcast channels, Spotify and Google and Apple and all the major podcast services will feature all of the podcasts we've already done. Yeah, that's right. Blow our own horn.
I'm glad that you're saying this on the air so that it's going to happen.
It has to happen now. I've promised it. So, but that's an important service. We also have a couple of other cool things coming up as well that are in the works. Our web designer has put it together, so we're excited about that. But that's kind of a long-winded way of saying the best is yet to come on Inside Lowell.
And with me.
And with Danielle McFadden at 40 years old. Yeah, that's right. My life got significantly better after 40. So if you can have a similar good life, I'm hoping for you. I do want to, since we were talking about the holidays, I do want to show off my newest gift here that I'm going to incorporate. It's an on-air, this really cool thing that my niece, she buys the best presents. By the way, my niece, she got me the battery storage case.
So you want to talk for 5 minutes about your battery storage case? The spiel I got to hear a couple days ago.
I was thrilled about don't be jealous. That's a great gift.
I'm not.
2 kids. You've got 3 kids. I have 2. You need batteries ready. Yes. When that toy goes, you better have your batteries, and you better know that those batteries work. So the tester that goes with it, the greatest gift I ever got. This is a close second, because do me a favor, hit the lights, Danielle, if you would be so kind. Podcasts in the dark. Pretend this is like a radio podcast here or an audio podcast. All right, so see this sign? Now watch. Look at that. This is from my niece. Let's see if this camera will.
I wonder if I could put it closer to the camera.
That's right. Give it a shot.
It's like one of my favorite things to do. Okay, when you do that, I feel like we're going on Unsolved Mysteries. Like he asked me to shut the lights off, and then the Exorcist. I'm running.
That's my phone ring. But yeah, that's too bright. It did show up for a little bit there, but that light does say on air. All right, we can hit the lights back on, but. There we go. Thank you to my niece, Alyssa. She does watch our podcasts as well eventually. We're going to find a way to incorporate this into our shows. So I'm excited about that. Also, just one more prop I need to pull out here, Danielle. And also remember that I have to work the cameras. Our Inside Lowell recyclable bags. We talked about these because me, I'm all about saving the planet. And I celebrated last week when I saw that the hole in the ozone layer is almost closed. Because I'm old enough to remember when that was the end of the world. And thankfully, we survived the ice age of 74 and the ozone layer of the 80s. But, because of people like me getting recyclable shopping bags with the Inside Lowell logo on there, if you would like one, why don't you reach out to me? I might just have a few left over to get you out there. But want to quickly just hit a couple of news stories that are part of our recap of 2023. We've already run a number of things that have got people talking. Yes. Our firefighters controversy was certainly interesting, and I think we're not quite done with them yet. Based on what we're hearing and the text messages and emails that are flying back and forth, and the people angry at me for reporting them. And
I know nothing of the sort of any of this.
Yeah, you don't get involved in the controversy, folks. I live for it, so that's okay. We try to report everything that's out there. We give every side a chance and let people kind of figure out where they go on it. If you don't want to be in the news, don't make news. That's what we say in the business. I know a lot of folks also been talking the last week, actually since Sunday, not even a week, of the controversy in Drake. We had Phil Tebow, who was denied a spot, voted against by a 3-2 vote for a post that he was appointed to for a special Drake Town committee, select the chair, Allison Janest, was not happy with some of the things Phil Tebow said about her in the process. So she reached out to me on Sunday. I said, write me a statement. We'll publish it. And we did. And a lot of Drake folks have been kind of going back and forth on that, to the point where last night, those who blocked Phil Tebow may not be happy with the person who replaced Phil Tebow last night.
Oh, I don't know.
Warren Shaw. Last night, the Drake Board of Selectmen did vote, I think, to put Warren Shaw in that spot. So they may not, it may not turn out as well for them. You might have been better off with Phil Tebow. My little editorial advice there. What other stories have we done since the new year? That have
so I have our top 10.
Our top 10 stories?
I do.
Let's go, run them down. On your handy dandy notebook.
Oh, I was going to say that, but that's like a Blue's Clues reference. So who's old now?
Me.
Who's not cool now? All right.
40.
So number 1 is another twist in the ongoing battle between the city and the firefighter union.
Yeah, that battle is good for inside Lowell business.
Oh, I should have done. I should go 10-1. I'll do that.
Yeah, do Letterman. You got to go in reverse order.
All right. I'm going Letterman style. Right. So we already know number 1, but we're just gonna have to do a big drum roll.
The big suspense now is for number 2.
Act like we didn't hear me say
Number 2 is when we'll do the
number
drum roll.
10 is the big picture of renewable energy. Yeah.
Well, again, just I
love reusable bags, because anytime I don't have one, I end up trying to carry too much, and then my bags break, and then I have just stuff flying everywhere.
And these are sturdy too. My father runs those.
It's not easy being green. It is easy being
green.
All right, number 9 is the politics archives. So people are going there and they just want to see what's happening politically. And so they're going through and checking out the articles.
And we've had a lot of good stuff to that end. Ryan Gilday, the Lowell citizen, went every Lowell City Council meeting, motion by motion, and published.
Yes, it's an amazing
which
article.
city councils are supposed to do. It's a tremendous piece of, I don't want to even call it investigative journalism, because he didn't uncover
but it was
a scandal. But that's the kind of painstaking research that I certainly don't have the time to do. But Ryan, he probably doesn't have the time to do it either.
He just loves it.
He did it.
Just like you. I mean, people we care about the community. And so people are kind of doing their different pieces.
Yes, they are. And that's why we love him as an insider, but he's getting a lot of traffic.
Number 8 is the podcast archive.
Our podcasts are picking up speed, by the way. You've started sharing them on Facebook, which is giving even more views that aren't necessarily counted in those stats
they're definitely not counted there. So this is just if you're going to see the podcast on Inside Lowell. It's not counting the traffic that's going to YouTube or to Facebook. So, yeah. All right, number 7, Drake at Select Board Chair replies to Tebow. 6, a black eye on Drake it. 5, Local 853 response to criticism of firefighters.
Black eye on Drake, it was the Phil Tebow piece that we were referencing. For those who haven't read it yet, go to InsideLowell.com and you can read all of these things. And then the firefighter response that you just ran, that was also part of the controversy we've been alluding to.
And but speaking of black eye, the Golden Gloves start on Thursday, so we'll have to give that a quick plug after, even though I just gave it a quick plug. Quick plug.
You and I had a punching contest. Too, as part of that I think the auditorium crew or the gloves crew is going to use soon.
Let's talk about that after that, because that was really fun. Number 4, eyes on 2023 city election. So Inside Lowell is able to get confirmation from all the councilors whether or not they are running again, or thinking of running again, or thinking of not running again.
And one at-large councilor, John Drinkwater, said he's in the process of deciding. He did not commit. It sounds like a 50-50 proposition, but he said he would make his his answer known soon, so others thinking of running could make their plans accordingly. Yeah. Big news in the local political scene, because the election is now less than 11 months away.
Crazy.
Can you imagine Inside Lowell during election season?
Yeah, that's gonna be
our
fun.
heads are going to explode.
Well, your head is.
So is our analytics page.
I'm just going to be blasting Irreplaceable and The Best Is Yet to Come.
We're going to drag you into the political coverage as well. No. You've got somewhere deep down there, despite the fact you try to hide it, you have a little journalistic news hound in you.
There's nothing hounding in me. Number 3 is the article about the new solicitor. in the city of Lowell.
She was introduced last night, Helene A.A. Tomlinson. She does have 2 initials in her middle name. The manager told me a little bit about that story when we connected after the news release, but she was introduced to the council last night, plus another assistant first solicitor, Corey Williams, I believe was his name, were introduced. So the legal team starting to take shape over there at City Hall. They're back up to 4 attorneys.
Exciting. Number 2 is going through the motions of 2022. So that was the Ryan Gilday article from the Lowell Citizen that you're talking about.
And drum roll, please.
Is everybody excited to hear what the number 1 article so far in 2023 is? Another twist and ongoing battle between the city and the firefighter union. May have mentioned that before.
We may have a time or two. But again, all of those articles, the great thing about Inside Lowell is we call it news, information, sometimes entertainment. We try for the entertainment component. Available on your schedule, not ours. Head on over InsideLowell.com and you can catch up on everything written there. The hard news, the features, the business reports, and don't forget Inside Drake It articles as well by Dan Phelps, and those more controversial articles that helped us get a lot of traffic on our site, and so much more coming up. Just this morning, Ryan Gilday posted something else that we're in the process of uploading as well. So he's a busy little insider.
He's I'm sorry, I can't take you serious. He's the busy little insider. He's a busy little one.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
No, I'm not in the gutter. It's okay. I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee.
You laugh every time I say the word insider. You're an insider. I'm an insider.
I know, it's just the frequency and enthusiasm behind it, I guess. I don't know. Although you should be enthusiastic.
I was looking at it as a strictly branding and news name, calling those of us who write for Inside Lowell insiders.
Busy little one.
Somebody put the perverted stuff in my mind.
Let's keep on going.
Congratulations to Ryan Gilday. Last week, in why he delayed his year-end recap piece, he was actually arguing a case before the state Supreme Court. The SJC,
wow, congratulations.
The Supreme Judicial Court. Ryan, he sent me a link of the video. I should probably pop that up there just to embarrass him a little. He said it was a boring case, nothing really exciting. I think it was an insurance case. But an attorney arguing in front of the SJC, posting incredible content for Inside Lowell. That's what the insiders are all about.
Busy little insider.
Yes, he most certainly is. All right, you want to promote the Golden Gloves?
Of course.
Tomorrow night. If you're watching us live on Wednesday, the Golden Globe, we're on camera. The Golden Gloves will kick off at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Great tradition. I try to go at least once every year. I've taken my godsons in the past. They love it. We hope to cover them to a large degree here on Inside Lowell when our sports interns start here any day now. But you and I were invited by the folks at the Lowell Auditorium, Spectacle Live, one of the sponsors of Inside Lowell, by the way, to do a little boxing promotion for them that I have to tell you, Danielle, I think you may need a little counseling, because you seem to have a lot of pent up, frustration that you took up on that poor punching machine.
I don't know what you're talking about, but no, it did feel really good to put the gloves on and just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I kind of want to do now. Get out of my way.
That look is coming back to your face now. So for those of you wondering what the hell we're talking about, they haven't posted it yet. Spectacle Live in the auditorium haven't posted it yet, but they're doing a little promotion. So every year they have these kind of golden gloves, and they put people on them and they do different things. You did Rock'em Sock'em Robots a couple of years ago with Allison.
And I always get in the ring every year with the gloves on, no matter what.
You have no problem putting those gloves on, but they got this punching meter, which was like a little bit of a box, and they wanted you and I to punch it to see, to see how hard we could punch. So the thing wasn't mounted to it, so I had to hold it for Danielle, and Danielle had to hold it for me as we punched it and tried not to punch each other. You did come close once, right? I had to roll with a punch there,
Just be happy I didn't, actually. I have a good punch.
Yeah, you did. You measured pretty high. But so I'm holding the thing up, and, Danielle does a punch, and it registers. Like, okay, let's do a few more. And she goes, and then she went into your little routine that you just did now, just punch, punch, punch. And I'm
felt so good.
And you literally had that face right there. Your eyes lit up, you're like, ooh, you. So now, and the same thing kind of happened to me. I started punching, and then you go again, and you try to top it, and you just, next thing you know, you're throwing rapid fire punches, and you're like, I get now why boxing is a pretty good exercise that a lot of gyms offer.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that to somebody's face, but a punching bag, we should get one.
Right here in the
yes, right in the corner of the office over there.
And put my face on it. People will line up around Merrimack Street.
Maybe it could be a fundraiser though.
Oh yeah.
Like a dunk instead of a dunk tank, would you like
punch Teddy Panos in the face,
or like a pie in the face? It could be like.
Oh, I was at a Jack and Jill Friday where they threw a pie in the face of the groom.
Really? Like, like, is that a tradition?
I guess it's a thing that I just found out, but it's our boy Sunshine. You remember Sunshine?
Sunshine's getting married?
Sunshine's getting married on February 4th. Congratulations to Sunshine. Condolences to Stephanie. But so one of the things they went around with 2 jars, one with Andy's name, one with Stephanie's name. And the one that had the most money in it, all the money, of course, goes to the bride and groom. It's a Jack and Jill. But the one that had the most money, that person had to get a pie in the face. So naturally, it was like, $400 for Andy, $20 for Stephanie. So Andy, took off the jacket and the fancy shirt. And of course, this is how the couple loves each other. Stephanie wouldn't throw the pie in his face. She kept holding it close, but she wouldn't pull the trigger. So Andy, being Andy, Sunshine, he took the pie and just slammed it in his face by himself.
I have kind of 2 questions / comments. So one question was it an actual pie or was it just like a plate with whipped cream?
Plate with whipped cream.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't check. I didn't go.
Yeah. Well, was there crust? Was there filling?
Man, I don't know. That's a really good question.
It is a really good question. I would like answered.
All right.
And secondly, she's going to look back at that and go, oh, I had the chance.
I know.
Like how long is it going to take before she's like, I wish I took that pie.
Yeah. So Stephanie, you have 2 homework assignments. Number 1, go to our YouTube channel or InsideLowell.com. Leave the comment there. Did the pie actually have anything in it besides whipped cream? And number 2, when the day comes that you wishes you could have that moment over again, that you wanted to throw the pie in his face, let us know when that is as well. So anyway, congratulations to the bride and groom, and they're a really fun couple, really cute couple. I'm excited to be going to this wedding. I'm actually doing an overnighter, and
where is it?
You would have to ask me. It's somewhere out in
to ask you.
The church is here in Lowell, but then they're going somewhere to the central part of the state. It's like one of these barn farm winery type places. But Riley and I booked a hotel.
Nice.
And speaking of Riley Hotel, she's down in Florida right now, supposed to fly back tonight. And I woke up this morning to news that there was some kind of an FAA system outage across the country, and they grounded every flight across the country till 10 a.m., which they since slid back to 9 a.m. So hopefully, as we're watching this, planes are flying in. But can you imagine the traffic nightmare that's going to cause?
No.
Every airport in America, no flights up until whatever it was, 9 or 10 or whatever the time. Morning is a busy time at the airport, right?
It's already just so congested, and with flight cancellations all the time. You're lucky if you get out on time. So to ground everything, that's going to be a mess. Yeah. So if you are on your way to Logan or even Manch Vegas Airport at this point, be prepared for a shit show. And yes, I can say shit show because we are on the internet and not on an FCC licensed station. I actually don't mind. I actually like hanging out. I don't do it often. I mean, I don't fly often, but when I do, if you don't have kids with you, I actually don't mind the airport. Do you go to the airport lounge? I hope, or you just hang around at the gate on your computer? Oh no, phone? when you're in and you've checked in and all that. But yeah, just you walk around. Really? Grab a coffee, read a book. I don't know. I'm always in a hurry. You got to hurry to get through the check-in. I'm never in a hurry. And then you're all right, hurry up to get on the plane. No. It's always hurry up and wait. But I don't know what I'm in a hurry for. I should probably just take your advice. Although this is I barely fly, so I can't remember the last time I've flown. But yeah, I do like that. I wanted to mention something. I wrote it down in my handy dandy notebook. Thank God for your notebook. I know. The Mill City Festival Fund. Oh, yes. Yeah, I was with Peter Crew yesterday from the case office from the city, and we wanted to mention that. So this year, we started it in the middle of last year. The Mill City Festival Fund is a fund for sponsors to contribute to that will help cover the costs of putting on Winterfest, City of Lights Parade, 4th of July, and some other city-run events. All the fundraising is done independently of the city. So right now, Chris Dick and myself are the chairs of that the Mill City Festival Fund, but we like it because instead of going at, hey, Teddy, can the Athenian Corner sponsor Winterfest? Can you sponsor the fireworks? Can you sponsor the parade? You get to look through and pick what you want to do, and that covers your sponsorship for the entire year. That's what we do. We've always done through the chamber. I've been pushing for this for years. We're excited that it came to fruition. So if you are a business and you're listening, you got a letter with the opportunities for this year, but if not and you're interested, please let me know. We are looking to raise some funds for Winterfest. That's happening next month, if you can believe it.
Yes.
My goodness.
Almost
Crazy.
a month from today.
Yeah.
Was it 16th, 17th of February?
18th?
It's always like President's Day
I think
weekend,
it's 17th, 18th.
if I'm not mistaken. So just reach out to Danielle at the chamber.
17th, 18th.
D. McFadden at greaterlowellchamber.org.
Wow,
is your email
look at
address.
you.
I vaguely remember that. I thought you've been doing it for so long.
I know, 12 years in June.
Anyway, before we wrap up our once we finally got going, we got through the podcast. We even worked some hard news in there.
I know, and we spared people my whole number bonds spiel that I went on to when we didn't go live the first time.
Yes. We have to do our edition of the Hot Mess Express, which has become a tradition where either Danielle dubbed herself the Hot Mess Express, but we've since found out that I may not be a hotter mess, but I'm a bigger mess than Danielle. And we actually have a joint Hot Mess Express scenario here. And David, our landlord, David Glosky, this is the part you may want to be sitting down for. But we talked in past podcasts, you and I, about our poinsettias and how we weren't sure we'd be able to keep them alive for the launch party.
Which we did.
We did.
Most of them.
And the others are...
there was one that wasn't in good shape to begin with. Well, maybe at the very beginning. Everything that David delivered to us was in great shape. But fast, we were treating them all the same way, all 5 of them. And one was just not taking to our water and light standards.
We treated all 5 poinsettias equitably.
It was an equitable situation.
Okay.
But
the
I guess
results...
it's the whole nature versus nurture thing. So then the day of the launch party, I took the little poinsettia that couldn't, and I put it in the storage closet. And I forgot about it. Teddy found it.
So, yes. So without any further ado, let me try to get the best camera here. We'll pull it out. This is the poinsettia. What a pathetic looking plant that is. Oh, camera one. There we go. Look at that. We killed that thing. We butchered it.
So in addition to the poinsettia, can we talk about your plant?
Sure. Yes.
So we had a plant in the office as well, a very, very nice plant. And I wasn't in the office around the holidays for almost 2 weeks. And I come in and the plant is not looking good. So then Batch texts me when he's doing his podcast and he's like, I threw water on your plant. Oh my gosh, you've kept 3 kids alive and you can't even keep a plant alive? Well, first of all, the plant is not mine. Just because I am the woman in the office, it is not my job to have the green thumb. I have a lovely green velvet dress. I do not have a green thumb.
The sexist Greek in me believes that the woman of the office should maintain the plants.
Well,
that's how it was growing up for me.
Woman in the office, then.
So you guys saw this poinsettia, right? Let me put that back up there. We kept this to show it as a prop. The other plant, which was a beautiful green plant with giant leaves that my father actually sent for our launch party here for Inside Lowell in the office.
At least he got to see the plant looking nice.
Yes, he showed up and it was alive because he had it delivered that morning. But
that's the only reason why it was alive, because it was like fresh off the truck.
We showed you this dead creature down here and threw away the other one because that's how bad it looked.
Well, I mean, so the party was like a month ago and people are coming into the office now and there's like still like the IL big balloons and the poinsettias. And finally yesterday I'm like, I really have to like get rid of the remnants of the party.
You popped my balloon.
Both of them.
Both of my I and my L you popped.
But prior to that, I popped 24 other balloons. So your balloons have been being popped for a month now. I have just been, and you know what? I kind of get great pleasure out of that too. Boom, right into it. Pop, pop, pop.
Listen, at 57, I'm just happy my balloon blows up.
All right, I'm like you are. He's in rare form today, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, David, we apologize for what happened to this poinsettia, but good news, the two that you instructed us to put down by the Christmas tree, they look fantastic in the lobby. So anyone that comes into the lobby here at 100 Merrimack Street, you'll still see the Christmas tree still up, because it's not, is it Little Christmas or not?
I have not been in the lobby and
oh yeah, you come in the back door. Yeah, I was coming in the
back door. So.
But those two poinsettias, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So obviously somebody in the building knows how to take care of plants.
Which is weird because that's not even in the sun. We specifically and strategically put a table in front of the window. We lined up all the poinsettias. We watered them. I flooded the floor not flooded, Dave. Flood them.
Sit down, Dave.
I didn't flood the floor. I wet the floor with water.
That's okay, Danielle. Ruby does that, and I'm going to probably start doing that in 10
and
15
I'm 40
years as
now,
well.
So. Anyways. Yeah. So Poinsettia Gate 22 is over.
Yeah. David, thank you.
Thank you very much. They were lovely. I made a nice little centerpiece out of them for the launch party. They looked beautiful, except for the one in the closet.
And as a make good to David for what we did to his 5th plant and eventually all the other 2 that stayed in the office, we'll let folks know there is some great office space right up here on the 4th floor with us available. Still available, but there are people looking at it. There are some prospective tenants who are walking around. As a matter of fact, they were walking around this morning while Danielle and I were setting up for the podcast. So go to the Executive Building website, check it out. There's some great office space on the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, but up here on the 4th floor where we are, some really prime office space available. There are people looking at it. So if you're looking for an office space, if you want to move your business or start one up, come join us here on the 4th floor.
It's a beautiful building. We love it here, but I'm laughing because anybody watching this is not going to want to share even a floor with us.
Of course they will. We're fun. Building. This is where the fun happens. We'll invite you over and you can hang out at our bar if you'd like to get some.
We still have some pretzels, but not many because I've been digging into those pretzels probably like on a daily basis.
Yeah, you got rid of all the wine though, didn't you?
I ran out of dates.
You ran out of dates?
I already ate all the dates. So
oh, good.
I need to buy some more dates.
My bladder, thanks you. My colon or whatever it is that gets affected by them.
Okay.
Thanks you.
TMI. No, I'm not touching the wine this month, except for on Jim Campanini's podcast.
Yeah, you're doing a podcast with Campy next week.
Yes, I am. And I'm doing Dry January. So I'm
Dry January, except for the couple of sips and swirls of Campy's red wine or whatever. Now, did you ask him to like have you sample red wines instead of white wines? Because you're like a red wine.
Yeah,
person now.
I didn't. I'm not a diva. I will take what he gives me, and I will try it, and I will like it.
Campy, if you're watching, Danielle does prefer red wine.
He did say he picked out a really nice wine for us for next week.
There you go. Hey, one more quick thing about Hot Mess Express. Did I tell you what Ari said to me about my cell phone?
No.
He's become a sports nut, which I've chronicled in the past. And like to the point where he wakes up at 7 a.m, watches ESPN, and then runs into his great-grandparents' part of the house and wakes them up. His great-grandmother has no interest in sports, and he wakes her up to tell her the numbers, as he calls them, which is the score of the games. So anyway, our new tradition is now we start scrolling through my phone, and he's learned all the logos of the NFL teams and the NBA teams, football and basketball, and he knows who's won, and he comments on it and this and that, and he loves it. That's like when we first get in the car picking him up from school. Dad, what were the numbers? When at night sweet. Before he goes to bed, can we look at the numbers? So we read a book, we update him on the scores, and he goes to sleep. The other day he says, so we had just finished reading the numbers, and he says to me, Dad, can I have your phone when you die and go to heaven?
So that he could look at the numbers? So
that he could look at the numbers. That's what he wants to do. I'm like, Ari, don't worry. When you're old enough, you'll have your phone. And I don't plan on going anywhere for a while. He goes, but your phone is good. So...
Well, as long as he wasn't hoping to get the phone really.
Well, that's what I'm like. Is this kid plotting my demise? Yes, do I need to sleep with one eye open? What's going on over here? The good thing is I'm told his iPad can actually download a score page.
Oh, good. Perfect.
So the bad news is I can't do it. So he has to pray the airport delays bring his mother back in time to do it for him tomorrow. tomorrow morning. But
really funny.
yeah, but my son wants to know if he can have my phone when I die and go to heaven.
At least he's pegging you for going to heaven, because when he gets a little bit older, he's going to be, Dad, can I get your phone when you die and go to hell?
Yeah, the talk I'm going to have with Ari isn't about the birds and the bees. It's about why Daddy's going a little warmer in the afterlife, and not necessarily the place where the harps are playing music. So, hey, I know my destiny. That's why I'm enjoying my time here on this earth, because I know what the afterlife holds in store.
I think you're getting kicked in the head by a donkey right now.
Is the donkey kicking me in the head? Yeah. By the way, this is a good time for me to thank our sponsors again for helping make this podcast possible. Let me go to the right camera there. I keep wanting to forget that I'm the technical director of this show as well. Our friends at Reverie 73, their mission statement: to listen, explain, inspire, and delight. They've got a location on 1148 Bridge Street in Lowell. They're going to open up 2 more in 2023, Beverly, Gloucester. They're focused on customer education and the customer experience. So whether you're new to the world of cannabis or you are a connoisseur, our favorite new term here on Inside Lowell, the team at Reverie 73 is sure to elevate your cannabis experience. Visit them at 1148 Bridge Street in Lowell, or order online, reverie73.com. Our friends at Hafner's, the It Kicks sign over my head. That, by far, no disrespect to Reverie, no disrespect to Inside Lowell, that Hafner's logo and that sign is fun. I love that. I may steal that and take it home with me.
Okay, what are you going to do with it?
I don't know. I want to see that. I want to put it up in the, Riley will love it if I just.
It's a little weird.
Put it up in the It Kicks. Hafner's, in addition to auto pay and auto delivery, they offer seasonal budget and pre-buy plans. They offer propane and oil at a competitive price, next day delivery, and Danielle, you'll vouch for this, 24/7 service for their oil customers.
Is very true. I can also vouch for do not run out of oil.
Do not run out of oil. Yes.
Yes.
You'll be taking lots of cold showers.
Yes.
Hafner's Car Wash plan members, you know they get their gas stations, right? Car washes as well. They've got a car wash plan. Their members receive unlimited car washes each month for a plan that'll fit their vehicle's need and their budget. Call 866-IT-KICKS to learn more, 866-IT-KICKS, or visit hafners.com. Of course, our friends at Washington Savings Bank, we're going to have V. Kong from Washington Savings on here with us tomorrow. I opened my account. I got one of these babies, a Washington Savings Bank mug, great small business services. Plus, they've got a really neat offer. Still got time till the end of January. You open an account at Washington Savings, have $1,000 direct deposited into that account, okay? And they're going to give you $300, 30% return on your $1,000. You can't get that on Wall Street, even from like crooks like Bernie Madoff before they walk off with it. Go to WashingtonSavings.com, find out about all their services. And last but certainly not least, our newest sponsor, Boston North Company. Small business and retail solutions, great for restaurants. They have ATM services, POS systems, signage, you name it. They're locally owned and operated. My buddy George out there going to take great care of you. He's taking great care of me at the Athenian Corner for over a decade now. BostonNorthCompany.com. Check them all out. I should probably, Danielle, at this point also say a big thank you to all of our Inside Lowell sponsors. I'm going to run down the full list. The 4 I already told you: the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce, the Mill City Festival Fund, Stellar Web Studios, who designed InsideLowell.com, our website, IBEW 2321, Real Estate Ray Booten, Lowell Lock and Key. By the way, still have one more Market Basket gift certificate for $100 to give away in the next week or so. Thank you to Mike Colley for making that available at Lowell Lock and Key. Spectacle Live, Francis E. Preventure Insurance, the Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors Bureau, Phil Tebow Architect, Unitas Community Center, the Stones Hospitality Group, Watch First Wine Podcast with Scott Plath from the Stones Hospitality Group coming in a couple of weeks on Inside Lowell. Our friends at Christopher Towing, winter weather, things happen. Call Christopher's Towing if you're on the road and you need some help in a pinch. And of course, Rod Gregoire, Merrimack Valley Wi-Fi Pros. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Madame President, thank you to you as well.
You.
Always fun to catch up. Yes. Catch up with you and get the little
mostly
recap.
Fun, yes.
Well, fun for me. I don't know if it's fun for you or not. Thank you to everybody else for joining us. Next week, we're not going to have a special live show. I've got an important meeting I have to be at. So unless you want to sit in and do the Inside View live, Danielle, and have a little fun with, I don't know, whatever. You pick the topic. Who cares?
We'll see. I'm not committing on a live on air, but we'll see.
All right. Well, that's an option. The following week, Lowell City Councilor Rita Mercier will join us. So excited about that. We're also sitting down and recording podcasts with Councilor Kim Scott. We're working on Corey Robinson and all the other councilors as we head into election season. And maybe, just maybe, we can get Councilor Drinkwater to make his big announcement during his podcast with us.
Awesome. Yeah. Look forward to that.
All right. So till then, thank you everybody for joining us. Have yourselves a wonderful day today or whatever day you're watching the show. Till next time, stay safe, gang.